Welcome back, students. In the previous video, we had completed human health and diseases in the different types of parasites, what are the different types of hosts, different types of vectors, and what are the different types of diseases caused by different types of parasites like fungal parasites, protozoan parasites, nematodes, platyhelminthic parasites, and annelid ectoparasite like leeches, and so many diseases like bacterial diseases, viral diseases, so many diseases we studied so far. And if the parasite enters, what will be the reactions occurs in our body? So that we saw in the part of immune system. And what are the different types of cells, and what are the different types of reactions which will occur in the body, and what are the different types of proteins which comes in interaction with the proteins which are released by the parasites. That means antigen and antibody interactions. And what is cell mediated and what is humoral type of immunity, and what are the different types of vaccinations, what are the different types of procedures, what is the passive immunity, what is the active immunity. So all these things we discussed. And what are the human health and diseases? In that topic we already discussed what are drugs, what are the classification, and what is adverse effects caused due to smoking, and what is the loss if your person is habituated to different drugs, person is addicted to different types of drugs. So what are the consequences, and how the health will be damaged of these persons? So all these things we discussed. So as we completed the human health and disease chapter, and today onwards we will start a new series of chapter, new series, that is reproduction. So in this reproduction chapter we have to see different units. What are those? Reproduction in first unit, the first chapter, that is reproduction in organisms in general. What are the single cell organisms, humans, everything in general we will discuss here. And reproduction in flowering plants, this is another chapter, flowering plants. So reproduction in flowering plants, this one. Next one, reproduction in humans, that is human reproduction chapter, human reproduction. And the final one is reproductive health. So these are the four different chapters which will come under the topic reproduction. So reproductive health. So in brief, what are the different types of reproduction, what is the lifespan, what is meant by reproduction? So all these things we will discuss here. What is asexual, what is sexual reproduction, so, and what are the agents which are needed for to perform the reproduction. So then about plants, then about animals, like the typical example is human reproduction. And what are the reproductive health? See here already we studied about human immunovirus, HIV/AIDS. So that will transmit from one person to another person due to irregular reproductive unsafe or non-protective reproductive processes. So what are the different types of diseases which will be transmitted from one person to another person if they are performed unprotected sex? So what are the different diseases? So all these things we will discuss in this series. So as a result of that, today we will start with the reproduction in organisms chapter. Reproduction in organisms, first chapter, reproduction in organisms. So here, every organism has to reproduce. So what is the purpose of reproduction? What is the purpose of performing reproduction? That means here it has to maintain the number of its species to survive in the nature. If they will not perform the reproduction, its number of species, its number in the species will not be increased. That means population will not increase. So slowly its population will be reduced, and if any calamities will come, that will eliminate, and slowly the species will be extincted from the nature. So first of all, the basic feature of an organism is it has to reproduce and it has to maintain its population. Otherwise no existence in the nature. So that is, it is a biological process. It is a biological process that every organism, 99.9% of every organism has to perform this one. So what it is? The process in which an organism will produce young ones of same appearance, of seed, or similar to itself. Similar to itself. That means same species. For example, a cow will reproduce and it will produce cow only, not a buffalo. So that means similar to itself. That means here you have to understand, not same like the physical appearance. The same characters it has to be there. That means a cow will reproduce cow only, a tiger will reproduce tiger only. So similar to itself. Okay, so that means same species. Okay, that is the definition of a species. A species, the organism in a species is able to reproduce among itself. It cannot reproduce with the other group, that means another species. It has to reproduce among its individuals and produce the same kind. Okay, if you do crossbreed between different species, sometimes it may not be work out, or if sometimes it will work out, the offsprings will be sterile. That example is mule. It is a cross between horse and donkey. So these are two completely different species. A cross between these two, mule had came, and it is completely sterile. It is not able to reproduce and it cannot produce offsprings. So that is the result of crossbreeds. Okay, that means the species, the reproduction has to be done among the individuals of a same species only. Then only the offsprings will be fertile and they can also able to perform the reproduction. Okay, so reproduction is nothing but a biological process in which the organism has to produce its young ones which are same or similar to itself. Okay, now in a lifespan, every organism depend upon the lifespan, the number of reproduction cycles may vary. For example, if the lifespan is 30 days, it will reproduce once or twice. If the lifespan is 200 years, it will reproduce more time. So here we have to know what is a lifespan. What is a lifespan? It is nothing but the time period between birth to natural death. See here, this is very important, natural death. So the average time being of different organisms will be taken as a lifespan of a particular species. Okay, here we have to understand the natural death, not artificial death like suicides or due to calamities, not like that, natural death. You have to consider. So this is called as lifespan, and the lifespan varies organism to organism on the earth. Some organisms may live up only 7 days, 1 week. Some organisms 120 years, 70 years, 100 years, 400 years, like that. Depend upon the organism, the lifespan also varies. Okay, in our textbook they had given some examples, and they had given a blank, so we have to fill that blanks. So you may note down. I will give you the examples where it was mentioned in your textbook. The first of all is rose bush, rose plant. Its lifespan is 5 to 7 years. And the second one is elephant, 60 to 90 years. Dog, 20 to 30 years. Butterflies lifespan is 1 to 2 weeks only. Banana tree. See here, it can live for 25 years. See, these in your textbook they didn't mention these things, so you can note down. Crow 15 years. Cow 20 to 25 years. Parrot, see here, 140 years. Crocodile 60 years. Horse 20 to 25 years. Fruit fly, also known as Drosophila. Drosophila 30 days. Rice plant, you know that 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months. Tortoise 100 to 150 years. 100 to 150 years. And the last one is banyan tree. Banyan tree 200 to 500 years it can live. So these are the different organisms and they are exhibiting different periods, lifespan periods. Okay. Horse, you can see 20 to 25 years, crocodile 60 years, but fruit fly is 30 days. Okay, depend upon the organism, the lifespan may varies. So you can note down in your textbook or in your notebook also. Okay. Now we will see what are different kinds of reproductions are there and what are the different organisms exhibit different types of reproductive patterns. We will see. The first one is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. And the second one is sexual reproduction. Asexual and sexual reproduction. See here, what is the difference between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction? It means nothing is there. In this asexual reproduction, only single parent will participate or single parent will involve. He is involved. Understanding? And without involvement of gamete formation. That means here no gamete formation takes place. No gametes. Okay, only single parent. But here in the case of sexual reproduction, we have to observe that two parents will involve, like mother and father. Two parents are involved, and here the gamete formation takes place. Gamete formation takes place. Understanding? So what is, how many types of gametes? Male gamete and female gamete. They two fuse together and they form a single cellular structure, that is zygote, and the zygote develops into embryo. So this is the sexual reproduction. And either the reproduction may involve, it may take place, the formation of zygote may takes place inside the body or outside in the external medium like water. No matter where it is, the developmental process, but the fusion of male and female gametes are involving or not. That is called as sexual reproduction. And almost all the higher plants and different types of, some of the types of algae, fungi and higher organisms like animals, mammals, everything, they are involved in the sexual reproduction, because it is most well developed and most complicated process. But the asexual reproduction is it is a very rapid process, and it will helpful for increasing the number of population like anything in enormous number. Within no time, a single cell will develop into thousands of cells within no time with the help of asexual reproduction. But in the case of sexual reproduction, as it is very complicated process, within 1 year or 2 years, only 1 or 2 individuals or 2 offsprings will come outside. It is a very lengthy process, and it is the most complicated process, because the development of embryo itself, it will take so much of time, like years together. Okay, this is the basic difference between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, now we will see in this chapter it is mainly involved what are the different types of asexual reproduction and what are the different characteristic features of the organisms which are going to be participate in the sexual reproduction. Okay, those details we will discuss now. So today we will deal with asexual reproduction. As you know that only single parent is involved, and here the gamete formation doesn't take place. So here what will happen, for example, this is a mother, and from here 2 daughters are formed. These 2 daughters are exactly either physically or morphologically and genetically same with the parental cell. If it is like that, it is called as clone, because the offsprings are morphologically, genetically, they are similar among themselves, and also with their parent. Because one cell is dividing into 2 cells. This is the nucleus, this is the DNA materials, and here half of the DNA will go here and remaining half will go here, and it will be double, again form its original DNA. So it is for physical appearance, and for also if you want to read the DNA, it will be the same as of their mother. So that is here specialty of the asexual reproduction. Same copies will come, because the cell is itself dividing into 2. It is no 2 parents are not involved, only 1 parent is involved. If 2 parents are involved, 1 set of genes from mother, 1 set of gene from father. So both are appeared in the babies. So baby is not looking like same as any of the individual parent. It is a combination of characters. But here only as 1 parent is involved, both the offsprings are looking alike of the parent. This is the main difference between asexual and sexual reproduction. Most of the organisms alike which are belongs to single celled organisms, and some of the Protista, Monera, and lower plants, that means for example very less organization like algae, its body organization complexity is very minimum, it's very simple. So all these organisms are exhibiting asexual mode of reproduction. For example, single celled organisms like bacteria, single cell organisms, some protistans, some monera. So all these are, and plants with simple body organization, like algae. So all these are involved in the asexual reproduction, because as the organism is very small, its organization is very small, so it is very easy to participate in an asexual mode of reproduction, and there is a need to increase its population. So that's why the population should be increased within no time, so they choose this mode of reproduction, and that's why they are still surviving in the nature. the population is not more, they cannot face any calamity, they doesn't face any disaster. So that's why to face those things and to be exist in the nature, these organisms first they are concentrated in increasing its number, increasing its population, to spread the species all over the biosphere. Okay, so that's why they choose asexual reproduction. And what are the different types of asexual reproductions are there? Again, there is a classification. Some group of organisms exhibit some type of asexual reproductions. So what is that classification? We will discuss today. Asexual reproduction. So what are the different types? First of all, it is binary fission. Binary fission, first one. And the second one is budding. Third one is sporulation. And the next one is zoospores. These are different types of spores. Conidia. Gemmules. And finally, seventh type, that is vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation, again so many different types are there. First one is runners, rhizome, suckers, tubers, offset, bulb and bulbil. Bulb and bulbil. See here, these many types of asexual reproduction are there. Different organisms, so many lower organisms are there, and they choose different types of asexual reproductions. See, what is binary fission? We all know that. Binary fission means one cell. This is one cell. For every 20 minutes, average time, it will divide into two. So before division, what will happen? For example, this is one mitochondria. So one mitochondria cannot break down and cannot go to two different cells. So what will happen? The before division, the mitochondria will become two. So one mitochondria goes here, one mitochondria goes here. And the nucleus, for example, this is one set of DNA. So one set, this is another set. This one set goes here and this one set goes here. And the remaining set it will be replicated in the daughter individuals. So like that before, now almost all the cell organelles and almost all the nuclear material will be multiplied before the division, and subsequently it will be divided into two daughter cells. So that is binary fission. Okay. For example, this will be seen in the protistans or protozoans. Those are in amoeba and in paramecium. These are the examples. And budding. So what is a budding? For example, you can see in the yeast a group of fungi. For example, this is the parent organism, yeast. Slowly, what happened? A bud is formed here. slowly a bud is formed here. And afterwards, the bud increases in its size slowly, and what will happen? It finally detaches from the parent and develops into a new organism. So this is known as budding. It is mainly seen in the type of fungi, that is yeast, and also in the hydra. Hydra yeast. And sporulation. What is sporulation? For example, this is an amoeba. This is one amoeba. So what happened? Every organism, keep it in mind, every organism, it will reproduce either asexually or sexually. It will reproduce only during favorable conditions. Only during favorable conditions. We can call that time as its breeding season. When the temperature is good and weather conditions are good and the food availability is good, water availability is good. So all these conditions are favorable conditions. So then only any organism will try to reproduce at that time only. So during unfavorable conditions, they will go into resting phase. They will not reproduce during unfavorable conditions. So during unfavorable conditions, the amoeba will perform encystation. Encystation. That means it will form a cyst, a wall-like material to protect itself. It will secrete a wall-like material around itself. So from outer side there is no damage because it is producing a protective layer. So now inside that protective layer it will start division and it will divide into different, one amoeba is divided into different spores. So many amoeba are formed, and once the favorable conditions are once the favorable conditions are came, then this cyst wall will be ruptured and releases so many types of amoebas. So many amoebas like this. So this is known as sporulation. During unfavorable conditions, amoeba secretes a cyst wall. That process is known as encystation. And inside the cyst, it will start divide into different spore-like materials. And once the favorable conditions arise, it will rupture its cyst wall, and the spores will release outside, and they develops into new amoeba. This is process of sporulation. That is the process of sporulation. It will by the process of encystation. Example, amoeba. Example, amoeba. And see here, these are also different types of spores. Zoospores will be formed in different types of organisms. Conidia will be formed in different. All these are spores only. These spores will be burst. For example, this is a fungi. So here the spores will be formed. And during favorable conditions, these spores will be ruptured and they will be present in the atmosphere. And they fall on the surface and they will start growing into a new individual. Okay, so these are the different types of spores. So we can see zoospores in the case of some fungal species and in some case of algal species. Okay, and in the conidia it is also seen in some fungal species, that is known as penicillium. Penicillium. See, penicillin injection, that drug penicillin will be extracted from this fungi only, Penicillium notatum. So from this fungi they will extract the injection drug, that is penicillin. And gemmules are formed in the sponges. Sponges, for example, this is a sponge. It will break down into different bud-like structures, and all these are developed into new individuals. So this is about mainly different types of asexual reproductions. And now come to the vegetative propagation. That means here, what is a vegetative propagation? That what is a vegetative part? See here, for example, these are the higher plants. For example, this is the plant, and finally this is the flower. See, in the plant, all the parts except the flower, all are vegetative parts. For example, stem. This is the stem, and this is a branch, and these are the leaves, and these are the roots. Except the sexually reproducing part, that is flower, because here pollen grains are there, stigma is there, and stamens are there. So all these are sexual parts, but all these are asexual parts. Branches, stems, leaves, roots, all these are asexual parts. So if any asexual part is participated in the reproduction, any asexual part, if it is participated in the reproduction, that is vegetative propagation. Okay, for example, generally, mainly you can observe in the girls, what will happen? They will go to a home, a friend's home or friend's house or any other cousin relative's house. There they will observe a beautiful plant, jasmine, hibiscus. So in their house they don't have that plant. So what they will do, they will ask their friends, I want a small piece of this beautiful plant. So what they will do, they will cut a part and they will go. That means they are cutting either stem or any other branch they are cutting, not flowers. And the same branch, the cut part, you are taking to your home, and there you are planting, and new plant is coming from that. So this is a simple example, or the best example of the asexual reproduction. No other sexual part is involved. For example, jasmine creepers, or they will bring some branch and they will plant, and the new plant will come. So these are the different types of asexual reproduction. And ginger, take some ginger and bring to home and plant it in the soil. After some days it will be increased. So all these are sexual reproductions. And the same from potato, aloo. If you take the potato and you don't use for 20 days or 30 days, what will happen? A small sapling will come, green color sapling will come. So these are coming from the asexual regions of the plant. So depend upon the region, from there the new plants is coming, different types are involved. Runners, rhizomes, suckers, tubers, offsets, bulb and bulbils. So what are those examples? Runners, you know, all the creepers are runners only. For example, this is a creeper. If you cut this part and you plant in the soil, again it will develops into new species, new plant. So these are all the runners, jasmine, and any other. Okay, and the rhizome, this is ginger, adrak, and banana. Banana also, a small sapling you can plant. Now not at all a reproductive part like flower. It is new plant will come. That is belongs to rhizome. And suckers, its example is chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. The tubers, you know, potato, sweet potato, beetroot, all the tubers only. And offsets, terror of Bengal. It's a common terror of Bengal, or water hyacinth. Water hyacinth. You can see blue leaves will come, and in unused lakes or ponds, all these plants are distributed. So this is a weed actually. Water hyacinth, its scientific name is Eichhornia. It is a very dangerous weed, and it is a challenging situation today in India, because wherever the ponds are there, this weed waste, this is a waste plant. It is occupying that place. Actually, it is not a native of India. Some persons, because these flowers are very beautiful for looking, so someone likes this one, leaves, light bluish leaves, so they brought, and within a decades, 10 or 20 years span, they spread all over the country, and nowadays it is becoming a biggest challenge for the agricultural sector and fisheries also, because in a pond it will grow within no span of time, and it will occupy all the water body. So what will happen? It drains oxygen from the water. As a result of that, what will happen? The oxygen levels for the fish is not available in so much, so that what will happen? The fish in the ponds will die. As a result, the aquaculture industry is damaging. They are getting into the loss, because all the fish are dying due to lack of oxygen, because that available oxygen in the water is taken by these plants only. So as a result, fishes are dying. So this is a most challenging weed in the country, water hyacinth. So they are reproducing with its offsets. Its flowers are like in a rose manner. Like this, and even a small, it will comes into another plant. It will comes into another plant like this. And bulb, it is onion or garlic. These are bulbs, bulb like structures. Bulb like structures. And bulbil, its example is agave americana. Agave, bulbil example is agave. So we will see what are those in your first year, 11th standard. So all these are there. How it is modifying. So which part is modifying into which part? What is a part which is involved in the sexual reproduction here? All these things we will discuss when we will discuss structural organization, plants and plant kingdom. So we will discuss at that time. Okay. Their morphology, inflorescence, types of fruits, all things we will discuss, and the anatomy also we will discuss there. Okay. So these are all the different types of reproduction patterns. That means here the vegetative parts of your plants are involved in the reproduction. Okay. So here this is the list: asexual reproduction, binary fission, budding, sporulation, zoospores, conidia, gemmules, and finally vegetative propagation. And in vegetative propagation there are runners, rhizomes, suckers, tubers, offsets, bulb and bulbils. And some leaves are also there. Bryophyllum leaves. Bryophyllum leaves. For example, this is a leaf. A small part, a bud is formed on the leaf, and this bud is developed into another plant. So that is also there. Leaf modifications. All these things we will discuss in the 11th standard syllabus. Okay. Thank you. Write at one place all the examples and prepare well. And tomorrow onwards we will start in the next class the sexual reproduction. What are the agents which are required for the sexual reproduction in both plants and animals? What are the different types of gametes? How the fertilization happens? What are required for the fertilization process? And how the development of embryo takes place. So all these things we will discuss in the upcoming classes. Thank you.